Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. Here today we are doing EveryDollar, and we're looking at some crazy numbers, as you can probably already see in my favorites category: miscellaneous, groceries and households, gasoline, restaurants, and then I added another one called miscellaneous unbudgeted, which I've never done before, but it's new, and yeah, I'll get into that when we get there. So yeah, we're getting ready to end April, begin May 1st tomorrow, and let's get started. So yeah, I have a lot of reconciling to do. I am not happy with my numbers. I'm never happy with my numbers, but just so many things pop up unexpectedly that I can't keep up sometimes, really. It's just sometimes you really want to know, why do these things just keep popping up? So, as you can see, you're going to, just as of yesterday, I was only like a few 28 cents over in my grocery and household. And actually, I had forgot, oops, hit something here. Actually, I had forgot a transaction that was like $5, so I thought it was $4 and some under budget yesterday in my groceries and household, but come to find out I had that $5 thing, and then it was actually a tip. I did not realize when I did a fresh market delivery, which is the same day delivery program. I had ordered toilet paper. We were running low, and I saw that they had some and it could be delivered, and they delivered between 3 and 5, so that was awesome. So we have toilet paper now. We're good there. But they always charge a $5 tip. But when they did the first transaction for the packages of toilet paper, and I only got 2, so family of 4, I just want to make sure we have plenty for everybody to be clean. And so, and they weren't the big mega packages either. They were the older, smaller packages. So, but that's all I could find, and I kind of needed them right away. But yeah, the $5 tip was charged separately after delivery, and I'm like, oh, I thought I had all my numbers right, but didn't have them all right. So, but that's okay. You know, I caught it. I wrote it in. I readjusted my paper budget. Now it's in here with, I believe it's in here with, yeah, it's in here with the rest of the charges. And then just now, today, I was not expecting to go to the grocery store. But if I go to the grocery store, I'm going to get more than one item. And my son was like, Mom, I'm out of shampoo. Just went to the store on Monday. Why didn't you tell me you were low? I don't know, Mom. So, typical 20-something teenage, just out of teenage years. I forgot. So it happens. I'm not that upset about it. It's just what it is. So I ended up spending $110 this morning on grocery items, and mostly just stocking up on shampoos and conditioners, because like him, actually not like him, I have kind of long hair, shoulder length hair, but his goes to the middle of his back. He hasn't cut his hair since June of 2017. He's had little bits of trimming at the ends, excuse me, but no haircut. And he used to get buzz cut all the time. So it's a lot of hair. It takes a lot of brushing, and he needs the 2-in-1 because he just prefers the 2-in-1, and finding the right one and washing the hair, and oh my gosh, it's just, he looks like an 80s wrestler. That's all I could say, with the long hair. But he's awesome, and he loves wrestling, so that's why I think of him that way. Let's see. Let's go through. All our income came for the month. We did all our tithing. I don't reveal those, so that's why I kind of cover over here. It kind of hides that over here. And then I take these two and I just collapse them so that they're not revealing too much information. But these are my favorites. I'm going to collapse this as well. As you can see, it says $25.04 left to budget. That's not actually true, because obviously I went way hundreds of dollars over budget, which means I'll be going into my buffer and paying for all this. I think we ended up with maybe $400 this month in our buffer to roll over. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. So that's why I'm doing this today. So I'm going to collapse this. There we go. And so, as you can see, I had $991.40 rollover from last month. That was in our buffer. I decided not to put this in here in the plan. It just, because I knew I was going to be over budget, I was going to wipe it out anyway. And what I'm going to have to do is go over budget in this number out of those categories, and then subtract out of here. I'll probably pause the video, go into my income, put it in my income, and then come back and show the EveryDollar without showing my income. So anyway, let's get started here. So I have my $1,000 emergency fund. That I didn't have it last month, and we got our stimulus. It was $2,900, 2 adults, 1 under 17, and then I have my 21-year-old, but he did not count, which was fine. He gets SSI money, and yes, SSI individuals can get it, but I claim Justin, who lives with us at home, as a dependent on our taxes, and that is what disqualified him from getting his own stimulus. But with the Lord's help and blessings, my husband still has his job. My husband gets his salary. He's not getting overtime like he has in previous months, but he does have his job. And we always budget off of his salary. That's what's important. And we'll support him. We'll take care of him. He's fine. And, you know, why take money from the government when they really don't have money to give anyway? I mean, it was fine that they gave us stimulus. We actually didn't need it. We tithed part of it. We donated to Walk of Life for part of it. And then, which is in our tithing results up there, which I don't show. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But it really wasn't something that we needed desperately to cover rent or cover mortgage or buy groceries or put gas in the car. So we put it as our emergency fund, and then $1,500 of it went to the 3 to 6 month expenses, and we pretty much donated the $400 that we had left over, and either to our tithing to our church or to the Walk of Life charity we donate to every year. They're doing a fundraiser. Usually they walk. In our area, they usually go to our local zoo and walk, or in some of the communities. And there's one individual that is one of my best friends, and I always support her every year. So I want to make sure I keep supporting her, even though her walks are virtual, you know, or around her neighborhood. So it's not an organizational thing where everybody's seeing it, and that's okay. Travel expense savings, we built that up. We've got that taken care of. We only do $720 because the max my husband, if he travels, will be gone is 2 months. And that's all he really needs based on past experience. We can always increase that if we needed to. Prepaid Go card is my husband's personal money. Travel expense, anytime he does spend money and it doesn't go on the prepaid Go card, and it comes out of our checking, I transfer from savings to checking, and that's the expense. That's just a placeholder to put it when he has to use our checking account. Mortgage was paid, natural gas was paid, electric was paid, home security, city utilities, our cell phones, and we had a new one. Now, I wrote the check in April. It has not cashed or cleared, and it's not going to for a while probably. It's Stormwater, City of Chesapeake. That's where I live. I normally don't say where I live, but I happen to have it on the screen, so I'll just say I live in Chesapeake in Virginia. So this is the Stormwater, and we literally moved into our house 1 year ago yesterday. We moved all our furniture in, the movers moved our stuff, and we've been in the house an entire year. And I can't believe it's been a year. It's our first home, first time we've ever purchased a home, first time we've had to pay bills on the house. So I didn't know this was coming. It's only $44.10. I was going to put it here as a category and put the $44 because I wrote the check in the month of April, but I knew it wasn't going to cash. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to budget it for May and not worry about it because I had all those overspending things already. So that'll carry over to May and we'll be all good. Did not need an oil change. We are still waiting for our vehicle property tax any day now. We have to pay the City of Chesapeake for property taxes on our vehicles. I don't know what that's going to be or how much it is until it shows up. We made one payment to AMCO. I have a plan to pay it off in May. I'm excited about that. I usually budget $250 for gasoline. So this is what we're going to do. We didn't need $250. We filled both vehicles one time. I still have a half tank. And my husband has plenty of gas. So I'm going to take this out. And then, let's see here. I'm going to budget the exact amount so it will zero out. $54.57. Oh, I hate it when these things do that. There we go. Zeroed out. Now this is what I have left to budget. Though I have overages, and you'll start seeing those numbers change pretty quickly here in a minute. That's going to be a negative. It's going to say I'm over budget. It's a problem. Yes, I have a spending problem, which is why I budget. But thankfully, my husband makes enough money, and I do have enough control not to use a credit card, sort of. But we'll get into that in a minute. So I've been outside, so my allergies are kind of bugging, in and out of the store. And the pollen is really high and the wind is really kicking. The lighting's kind of funky because there's no sun, it's all cloudy, and there's a storm coming. So if you look up April 30th and the storms that came across the east, yeah, it's going to be raining here in an hour or so. So hopefully no thunderstorm, but we'll see. Groceries and household. So since I bought groceries today, I'm going to count it for this month because I actually use my checking account to pay for it. And I usually do $8.50, so it's $160 or $110.40 over budget. So we're going to put 960.40, and again, I forgot this does this. There we go. And that zero out. So now I'm 49 over budget. Restaurants, we are $100 over budget. I'm increasing this by $50. Now that I look at it, I probably should increase it $100 at a minimum. Make it $650. I'm not sure. We'll see. So let's see, what would that be? I like that it does the math for you. Hey, I deleted first. Yay. 790. Alright, HelloFresh is already zeroed out. It's every Monday. I'm actually skipping not next week, but the week after. I just did a big grocery run to get meats. They were talking on the news, and I'm glad I did, that some of the meat producing companies, people are getting sick. They need to get that under control. They really do. I know Trump won't allow them to close. I don't want them to close, but they need to get it sanitized and people healthy. And they need rotating shifts, and they need to do whatever it takes to make it easier for them, and everybody gets to keep their job and their hours and not loss of income, but still stay healthy. They've got to kick it in gear, because this is disrupting the supply chain. Though there is a local beef farmer who has had like several 100% increase in people coming to him wanting beef, and they realize there's a local farmer that has it. So if you live in a rural enough area and there's local farmers that sell cattle, beef, their own version, and it's a mom and pop place, check them out too if you're running out of beef, or maybe a chicken farm or something like that. Yeah, if there's something like that out there, go for it. But last Monday I did a big grocery haul and just mostly meats. I didn't buy more than a month's worth, so I don't have to go back out for this month, but I wanted to make sure I had at least this month. So HelloFresh, I might cut back some because I did that. Miscellaneous is over budget by $128.24. So I need to put $578.24, And now we're $300 over budget. Whew. Now this miscellaneous budget. Normally, if I have a miscellaneous item or a unbudgeted item, I just put it under miscellaneous, and usually that's okay. But this time I had to buy king size bed sheets set and a quilt, and the quilt should be here tomorrow, hopefully, because I've had the sheets for a couple weeks now. I ordered them from Bed Bath & Beyond, and oh, why did I do that? There was nothing there in the first place. Anyway, what had happened was I've been meaning to buy new bed sheets, but I've been meaning to save up for it, and I hadn't gotten around to doing it. I just didn't think it was that important. Yeah, they looked a little raggedy, yes, but they were functional. I was fine with it. My husband really didn't care, and then we realized, oh, yeah, they're starting to wear thin. And not only were they wearing thin, and where we slept a lot over the several years, because we've had them forever. They lasted a very long time, as advertised, which was awesome. The sheet ripped when my husband climbed in bed one night. He just put his knee down and was just climbing in or something, or his hand down or something, and you hear, oh no. So he had to sleep in this hole on his side of the bed for a few days until the shipment came in. Luckily the sheets came first. We kept the raggedy quilt that we always have, but yeah, it's not that big a deal. We're fine. We're fine. But yeah, the sheets, that was a big deal. And so we purchased new sheets, and then we got those in the mail, put those on, threw the old ones away, and then the quilt just hasn't come. So that was $220 and some change for both of them. And anyway, so I am trying to decide this. I'm going to leave this here. Allergy and asthma. I'm actually going to go in today to get my allergy shot. And after I get my allergy shot, I'm going to give them, let them charge $100, because my shots are every 3 weeks, and they're like $9, $10 a shot, or a visit for 2 shots, basically. Oops. That thing's popping up. My son's Zoom meeting's coming up, so I'll have to get off here soon. But I'll be paying that today and this afternoon when I get my allergy shot, and then I just prepay my other shots for the year or for a few months and then go from there. So I think I'm going to leave it there and have it in this month's budget. That'll be fine. So my student loans are under forbearance, and it was an automated thing because of the coronavirus. And so I don't actually have a payment, and I didn't actually have one before. I had prepaid so much in advance, I think almost $8,000 from October to January, that I did not need to, I didn't have a minimum payment, but I was still making $100 payments just to show activity and that I knew that they were there. I wasn't ignoring them, you know. I just wanted to keep a good record that, oh yeah, I'm paying this off. And so that's what I did there. I have a plan for May to start paying the snowball payment into the school loan, because this forbearance goes to September 30th, and I want it all paid off by September 30th. And I'll talk about that in May's budget. Paid off the Visa. Sorry, I got a text. Paid off the Visa, and that $1,200. What was that? Oh, that was the last installment on my credit card, and that we needed to pay off the rat problem that we had. Sorry, the wind's really blowing. I don't know if you can hear that. It kind of scared me a little. We had a rat problem. We had the insulation removed and new insulation put in, and this was last of the $8,000. And $8,500. Landscaping for the month, it was $65 every other week. We had 3. He was supposed to come today, and because of the storm, he's not coming, even though I already have the money, so I'm going to count it here. He's going to come next week. Home improvements, there weren't anything. Pest control, I paid that. This pest control, what is this? 200. Oh, this is the sinking fund for the pest control, where I paid $200 into, transferred it from this checking account to my personal checking, where I want to pay the Orkin termite thing. That is a year-long thing. So there's a sinking fund for that, and I had moved the money over there. So I just credit it here just to have a place to put the transaction. Heating and AC, I paid for a year of maintenance. They come out twice a year. These are for 2 visits, and they clean, dust, and inspect and maintenance the heating and AC units. So owning a house is expensive. It really is. There's a lot of things that need to be done. You gotta have your pest control, you gotta have your heating and AC, you gotta have your plumbing guy, your home improvement, Lowe's, Home Depot stuff, and landscaping stuff, you know, whether it's a landscaper or if you're buying a bunch of mulch or a bunch of whatever. Yeah, maintaining a home is not cheap, but I don't mind. But look at this overage. Oh my goodness, $520. So what I'm going to do here is I'll show you here my balance forward. My balance forward, my rollover, my buffer, whatever you want to call this, they all mean the same thing. It's whatever you have left in your checking account that is not allocated to a bill or an expense or a future purchase for a budget item like groceries or restaurant or whatever. So we're going to go here. I had to do an adjustment because back in March, I did not use my spreadsheet. So I had the wrong numbers for April, and I shouldn't have stopped using my spreadsheet. So I had to do a positive adjustment. I raised it up, but now I got to take out of this amount, which is what's remaining, this amount, and then I'm going to put it in the income. So I'm going to add an expense for $520 and 53 cents. Track the expense. Okay, so now this is my new buffer. This is what I have remaining. This is what's going to roll over into May, and this number needs to match my bank account on how much I have available in cash to before the April 1st. Because all those other transactions have already cleared, except for that $100. Now, if my bank account says $570.87, I'm good, because I haven't charged that $100. I'm going to charge it in a couple hours, so it's not that big a deal. That will change, and it will match after that transaction happens. But until then, this is what I know is going to roll over until tomorrow. So I'm going to pause right here, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I went into my income. I put that 520, 50, whatever it was. I've already forgotten. And made it an EveryDollar budget, which means all I have left is this for my May budget. So now we're going to go here, because it's the last day of the month. You need to start your budget new. It's got to be fresh. So here we go. We're in April. Now tomorrow's May, and start planning for May. There we go. I'll close that out. I don't want to look at last year's, because a year ago I was putting stuff in even before I started in June. I was trying to put May stuff in, and it just was a disaster, so I'm just going to ignore that. So what we have here, there's the balance forward. And right now it shows an EveryDollar budget. So I will be making some changes, like right here. I'm not adding another $1,000 because I don't have it to add. And these numbers are going to be wonky because the income is going to still show the $2,900 from the stimulus that we got, and that's not going to be accurate. I'll have to pause again and go and fix that. Every time you roll over to the new month, it just carries over whatever you have, income and expenses. So it's going to show a large number that's not actually accurate, and that's okay. So these numbers did change, and I do have them here. Saved by my mock budget I've been working on. So mock budget is just a piece of paper where you handwrite everything out. So I'm going to go through and find Virginia Natural Gas. That was $69.34. So that dropped because obviously we're not using as much heat. $69.34. Oops. All right, electric did go up because you're using more air conditioning when it gets hot, and that was, let's see, I do know how much that is. $105.12, so we didn't go up too much, but we went up a little bit. $105.12. Security stayed the same. City utilities I'm going to keep. May is the month we actually get our city utility bill, but it's towards the end of the month. So I have no idea exactly how much it's going to be. I pay mine every other month, or I'm billed every other month, I should say. I pay mine every month. On average, it's about $200. So on the months I don't have a bill, I go ahead and make a $100 payment. And then once that $100 payment is made, they just credit it to my account until the bill comes. And once they tally everything, then they send me an adjustment with that credit. And it may say $98, it might say $115 and some change or whatever. But I keep it consistently about $100 every month. So I'm just going to leave that there until I'm told otherwise and the bill statement comes in. Now my natural gas I've known for quite a while. It's always due like around the 5th of the month, so I get it pretty early. The electric just came in the other day. It comes in the middle of the month that it's due. And then city utilities is at the end of the month. This is what we paid on our cell phone. It fluctuates depending on fees and transactions and stuff by a few bucks. Not sure why. I gave up trying to figure it out. So anyways, this is going to be, let me see if I can find that. Stormwater, $44.10. Okay, $44.10. All right, so I know that's going to clear in May because it didn't clear this morning, and I wrote them a check, so hopefully everything went well there. Now here is going to change. We owe on the first of the month, or we're going to pay $62. We owe total 62 plus $1175.97. All right, which is $1,237.97. That's what we owe. We are going to first pay on the first month $62 of it because we have a due date of the 5th. And so we're just going to take out of the first month's pay just the minimum. But our snowball debt payment, snowball payment that I call, the extra money that we've been paying off once we paid off our credit card, once we paid off our car loan, once we paid off a bunch of other stuff that we had, a Target card, whatever loan that we had, personal loan that we had, all those things were paid off. And they created a snowball payment about $1,300, $1,350, and that's what I was putting towards my school loan for a long time. Now I had to buy new tires, had to get oil change, and my husband needed oil change on our vehicles, and we just charged it all at once. We have AMCO nearby, and we just go to them because we like them and they're great with us and they work with us. So we charge it on there, and I pay it off. I was going to pay it off within 12 months because there's a program where you get 12 months no interest, and that's what I was doing. And so I put it on there so I can do it all at once and pay for it and get the work done, and I can take 12 months to pay it off. But since I have a snowball payment, I can pay it off all at once. So May is going to be our snowball payment for this. February, March was when I did my snowball payment plus all our savings plus all these other things to pay off the $8,500 that we put on the credit card before, which was a Visa. So I like using credit cards or some kind of credit short term, month or two max, and it has to be paid off, and I don't put anything else on it. I actually feel the burden of weight of that debt when it rolls over, especially with interest. And right now I think our bank is not charging interest on our credit card for a month or two or something like that. I can't remember the rules. And obviously AMCO is not doing interest for the first 12 months. So yeah, it's been a lifesaver. I'm not saying credit cards are bad. It's the discipline behind the credit card. If you cannot stop using it to go out to eat, to buy clothes that you don't absolutely have to have, I'm talking like right that second, not because it's fashion forward, but because it's something you need, because you need new underwear, or you need new work clothes, or you need school clothes for your kids, or whatever. It's one of those things you just don't. No. Credit is not very good, but it can be good if you are extremely responsible. So that's how I look at credit. I am a Dave Ramsey follower, but I am very strict when it comes to credit. I really don't care about a credit score. We already bought our house. We do not plan to ever move. So we're good there. My computer is not responding. There we go. So what's next? Oh, sinking fund. I do need to put $25 here for sure. Now, I'm probably going to do more sinking funds. I have to figure them out before the end of the year, and I'll come back and do that. See, where was I at? Gasoline. I'm going to go ahead and budget $250. The reason I do that is when my husband starts driving to the office again instead of going to the couch for work, because he's doing it online from home. Yeah, we're going to need that. So if I budget it every month, even if we don't need it, at least I know in the future when I do need it, I can budget it and it'll fit. I'm going to try my $850 again. If that doesn't work, I was so close. I was so close. Restaurants, I think I'm going to do $650. I'm going to have to change my planner because I only have, I think that's the amount I need. 63.28 times 3. So we're going to do 1 week less, 189.84. I love the recipes. I love the simplicity of it. It's literally taught me how to cook. I love HelloFresh, so that's good. Miscellaneous. So, got an Amazon package coming today. Yay! Let's see, miscellaneous. What did I budget? I think $550 for that, and then I'm gonna take unbudgeted back down to 0. And obviously nobody's getting their haircuts. I don't have a Bible study I'm buying this week. I just got the package yesterday. We're doing a marriage study with some friends at church. Subscriptions, they all stay the same. Health insurance stays the same. Auto insurance, Geico. So they took 15% off. My policy just renewed for the May for 6 months, and for the month of May, I got 15% off of the whole 6 months. So whatever that was, which is over $90. So I only owe $11.25. Now that $103.53 that you see, I will have to pay in June. But for this month, I don't have to pay that much. which is completely awesome. Thank you. Greatly appreciate that. So ABC Health we do, which is good because it, you know, ABC Health is $70, so it offsets the cost of that. So yeah, I'll take it. 7307. Now ABC Healthcare is my husband's medical. He orders medical supplies. The insurance pays for most of it, and then we get charged whatever's left over. And it's for a CPAP machine, and he gets like 3 months worth of stuff. So that's what that is. I'm going to take this out because once I pay it today, I won't have to pay it for several months. So that comes out, and that's good there. Student loan. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So in the month of May, we have 3 paydays as far as my husband's salary pay. He gets more than that. He gets a retirement check from the military because he's retired after 20 years. He gets VA disability. We get a little bit of money from our son who pays us rent. Then we get salary check-ins every other Friday. Well, we have 5 Fridays in May, and 3 of those Fridays are paydays. So we have an extra payday, and we're dedicating that payday to my school loan. And I am very excited about that because it's just going to, no interest, and I get to pay it off before interest start again, hopefully. It's going to be amazing. So I'm really excited about that. So let's go. And it's going to be a big number. So 1,445.40. I owe $7,745.40. That's where the 4540 comes from. So I take that, and then each month after that, if you divide what's left, going into September, I only have to pay, I think, looking for my notes here, $15.75 a month. Hopefully, I can do that. It might put a little strain on things, and we might come back on some stuff, hopefully. But that's my goal. That's my goal. So that's going to go to my school loan, my visa, nothing there. And then landscaping is only $265. So that's $130 for the month. And then pest control is nothing. That comes out of a different account. Heating AC, I've already paid it once for the year. I don't have to pay it again. And so that's good for the year. Oops, sorry. So yeah, that is my budget for the month. So we'll have our incomes, tithing and offerings. That'll change a little bit. This number is going to change. So I'm going to pause it right here because obviously this number is completely wrong. And I'm going to show you what's left. So I'm going to pause it here, and I'll be right back, just like before, and I will show you the numbers that are the actual left to budget number, which will hopefully be my buffer, which hopefully will be close to $1,000, which is what I planned on paper. So let's get in and see if I can do that. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So I have my numbers correct in my income. I have my numbers correct in my tithing. And this is my actual left to budget. So I do have close to that $1,000 there. And this is more than what I was expecting, which is good. I do have to make one more adjustment. I'm going to make a little added column here, or not column, but thing. $1,126.36. So I'll make it at EveryDollar. So that leaves $1,500 and $1,597.23. Now a good portion of this will be going to pay for my son, who's turning 16 in June. 10 Lego kits. It's over $400. It's actually $422.90, not including tax or shipping. So most of that will be paying for Legos, and I will create a line item for that. I don't know how I probably will put it on my credit card and then just pay my credit card right away. Because a lot of it, I don't really want to go to the store. I'm probably going to have it shipped. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, I'm excited. He's turning 16. I hate that he's turning 16. He's my baby. 21-year-old and 16-year-old. Yeah, I'm getting old. Getting very old. So yeah, I have plenty left to budget, plus I can still do my son's birthday. Yes, it's a lot of money. Yeah, and yes, it may be $400, but I'm not the only one contributing to the Lego kits. And Lego is his life. I mean, he is a Lego master builder. He absolutely loves it. He does Legos all the time. Builds his own creations. He loves Lego Ninjago, so he builds a lot of those. And he's just amazing in it, and I like encouraging that. So I'm praying for you guys. I'm praying for the world. I'm praying for every human on earth. God's blessings, protection, provision, everything. And that this virus is gone, and that we can have our new normal, our new way of living to protect ourselves and take care of ourselves. So yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited to be able to get out again and go to the zoo or an aquarium or Busch Gardens or Colonial Williamsburg or something, you know, and just have some outings and have some fun and just explore the world around us and get back to life, daily life. I'm going to go and I'm going to leave it here. So I hope everyone has an amazing and blessed day. If you like my channels, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to this channel and hit that alarm bell if you want to be alerted every time I post a new video. So have an amazing